Oh, what's going on, YouTube? My name is Legendary, and today we go through my Pokemon game collection.
Oh, I'm unbeatable.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we are with another not Pokemon trading card game opening. If you're new around here, this is typically a Pokemon trading card game channel, but today we're doing something a little different, something I've been wanting to do for a little while, and I just want to show you, in case you guys, not that I have anything to prove, that I am a real Pokemon fan. Sometimes I talk a lot of trash, a lot of shit about the games, about the cards sometimes. But I just want to show you my game collection, and yeah, I don't know. I have quite a few games, so I just wanted to show them off, you know. Let's start off though with what I've played almost every single one of these, besides the Switch game. What I played every one of these on, and that is my Pikachu 3DS XL that I have had since this console released, I believe, in 2012. And I don't like to brag, but it is in really great shape for how much I've played this console. Hundreds, if not over 1,000 hours of playing this console. And I don't know, I just took really good care of it because I knew it was something like this. The stick here is a little bit yellow, but it's something I knew that had some value if I kept it nice. I still have the box and all the original manual and everything it came with. And I believe like a complete in box like that is like over $500, but it's not something I ever really intend to sell, not anytime soon anyways, because a lot of memories made on this thing. Me and my roommate in college, we both had one. We were both able to get one from GameStop, and yeah. So there's that. Just wanted to showcase that real quick before we move on. I'm trying to figure out where to put it. Right here. Right here's, I guess. All right, we're gonna start in like from the most recent games. Let me flip this around. I've messed this up. We're going to start from the most recent and move our way back to like the oldest games that I have in my collection right now. And first up, I'll give these games also, in my opinion, a scale of 1 to 10 on how good of a Pokemon game I think they are. All right. First up, Pokemon Violet. The old, most recent one we have, right? And that is from almost 3 years ago. My guess is they're waiting for Switch 2 to, why is Shield in here? Huh. That's right. I forgot. Okay, so Pokemon Violet is in my Switch right now. My friend, I bought his loose copy of Shield because I don't have a copy of Shield. He did not have the case for it. So that's why it's in there. I just remembered. Sorry about that. It makes me look like a real idiot right now. All right. They're going to have all the rest are going to have the games. I think. I actually didn't check before this, but I'm pretty sure they do. All right. So Violet, right? It's in my Switch. Scale of 1 to 10, 4. It is by far to me the worst Pokemon games they have ever made. Performance issues aside, I did not enjoy it hardly at all. It was a chore to try to finish the game to me, and I never did. And that's something I can say I've never done with any of the games on this list you're about to see. Any Pokemon game ever. I finished every single Pokemon game I've ever played. With one caveat. We'll get to that in just a second. Also, I forgot. But it's not because it's bad. Pokemon Sword. And I will say, some of these I have not played the other version, but I own the other version because I started buying them for my friends that didn't want them anymore and collecting just the games, right? So first up, we have Pokemon Sword. Okay. I enjoyed this one a lot. Look at that. Pokemon Sword right in there like I thought. Pokemon Sword was fun. You got to play with your... Was this the one where you got to roam? No, Violet was the one where you got to roam around with your friends, which it didn't really add as much as I was hoping. Pokemon Sword, fun game, fun concepts, poor story to me. We'll give that a Sword and Shield. We'll go with Sword and Shield because they're going to be about the same, right? Sword and Shield, 7. 7 out of 10. All right. Legends Arceus. This is the game that I was not very hopeful. I didn't have high hopes for. Of course, we got the game in there. Got the nice map of there and Hisui. Was not very hopeful for, right? But it surprised me. It was a lot of fun. Me and my friends got together. We stayed up till, 2 in the morning from whenever it came out. We played for like 8 hours straight. It was super fun. Had a lot of fun playing this with my friends. A fun game. It got a little repetitive to the end. But still solid. I think this is a solid 8 out of 10 Pokemon game. We're gonna get a lot of comments probably down below of people talking shit about these ratings that I can't go All right, this is a Pokemon. It is a Pokemon game, but it's not like a traditional. It's a spin-off type of game. It's Pokemon Snap. I never played the one as Nintendo 64 as a kid, right? But this, I saw it. I was like, it looks cool, looks fun. I had so much fun playing this. The graphics are incredible. Trying to catch all the Pokemon on camera was so much fun. I was having a blast with this. I would play this for hours and hours and hours. My wife, who doesn't even like Pokemon, or doesn't even like, not Pokemon, she doesn't like video games really at all. She would sit and watch this with me, just saying like, oh, there's Pikachu, or there's, Eevee or whatever. Super fun. Also will give that an 8 out of 10. It's kind of in its own thing though, because it's not really a Pokemon main series game. All right, next up, Brilliant Diamond. I forgot about this game, and I will say I don't count it because Violet was a new game that I started that I didn't finish because it was bad. This is a game that I've played Diamond of and beaten several times, and was hopeful for Brilliant Diamond. Right when I got probably halfway through this and stopped playing because it was just not fun to me. It was nothing new, nothing innovative. The underground was kind of cool, but that's about it, man. Pokemon Brilliant Diamond was such a disappointment to me. So I would say probably a 5. It's better than Scarlet and Violet to me, but it's a 5. All right, now we're getting a little bit older. We're getting into the 3DS era. I think did Brilliant Diamond come? I think Brilliant Diamond actually came after Sword and Shield, didn't it? It did. I don't know. This might not be in order chronological. I try to go in like release order backwards. Anyways, all right. Now this next one is really interesting because I have 3 copies of it. It's Pokemon Ultra Sun, and 2 of them are sealed. I just bought these 2 from my friend, who I bought a lot of video games from recently because I've been getting into collecting some video games. So he didn't even know why he had 2 sealed copies of this game, but he did, and I bought them because I was like, you know what, that's kind of cool. So I've got 2 sealed copies of Pokemon Ultra Sun. And here, I forgot. I've got the copy that I played of Pokemon Ultra Sun from back in 2017. Isn't that crazy? There it is. The 3DS. This was an okay game. I didn't enjoy it as much because it didn't really expand too much on Pokemon. Sun, it did a little bit more. I'd say this is probably like a 7 out of 10 game. All right, now we're getting into Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon. I did not play Moon. This is again a game I bought from one of my friends, right? But we had a lot of fun playing these games when they first came out. And I remember being really excited for this one because this was the second new release of Pokemon that after I'd gotten back into it in college, the first being X and Y. So we were really hyped for Pokemon Sun and Moon. Again, it's a solid game. I think the story is actually pretty good. With the Ultra Beasts and all that. So I think it's on the same par as the Ultra games. So I think that's also a 7 out of 10. All right, Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Now this one, this is probably where I'm gonna get a lot of heat on because this one, I think it's my own fault why I didn't enjoy Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire as much as most people did. And that is because when I was a kid, I played Ruby and Sapphire and Emerald. I had all 3. I played them into the ground. I would restart them. I would play them over. I played them so much. I know Hoenn better than any region of any Pokemon game. I played it so much. It was, I don't know why. I think it was because it was the first like real color game. The graphics were a huge improvement. And so when I started playing through Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, I'm like, this just feels exactly like I remember playing as a kid. And so I didn't enjoy it as much, but still, I think it's a solid game, but it didn't add anything. It did add some new stuff. We had some Mega Evolutions, but really 6 out of 10. Hate me if you want. I know. It's my own fault that I didn't enjoy it as much as, a lot of people did. But 6 out of 10, guys. 6 out of 10. It's my own fault, though, because I just played so much Ruby Alpha, or Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. I owned all 3. I was like, I wish I still had those copies, but I do not. All right, here we go. X and Y, the first 3D Pokemon games, right? I played through Y. This is my roommate's copy of X. Like I said, I bought a lot of games from him, almost all of them, except for his Heart Gold game. Here is the game back, very cool. These are all really clean. They've just been sitting on my shelf over here. Pokemon Y, very nice. There it is. These are the first games. These are the first new games that came out once we got back into Pokemon in about 2012 when we were both freshmen in college, actually sophomores in college. We sat in line at the GameStop midnight release back when that was still a thing. Rest in peace to the midnight releases. The kids these days will never know the fun of going to midnight releases. These were a lot of fun to play through. I thought the story was okay. I didn't love you had a bunch of friends with you. I thought the villain is one of the most compelling villains in Pokemon. Not compelling, probably one of the most evil. He was literally just trying to kill people, like everyone with a super weapon. It was just like Pokemon Hitler, kind of. All right, but that's these games for me. I think there are 8. I like these games a lot. We played them a ton, tons of battles on those games, and as you can probably see, a lot of these ratings are just going with the experience I had with the games. Maybe not an objective rating of the game, it's just the experience I personally had with it, which if everyone was just doing an objective rating, everything would all be the same. There'd be no opinions and everything would be super boring. Isn't that right? Next up, this game is actually the first game that released once me and my roommate both got back into Pokemon cards and Pokemon games in college, but it's not the first original game. It is the sequel. It is Black 2, right? We got 2011, we were both in college. We got into Pokemon again. We went to our local used game store. We got some games you'll see here later in a second. We bought some of those, played them, and then soon after Black 2 was released, and this is the first game a new game that we got that we're super excited to play, which is interesting because I had never played Pokemon Black or White. So going straight into the sequel, not a whole lot of the story stuff made sense to me, but it was still a lot of fun. This is a really popular game. A lot of people consider Black 2 and White 2 as some of the best, top tier games that were made. I remember having so much fun with this game. We've got everything in there it came with. There's the version. And what's cool about most of these games is I've had them since release date, It's not something I bought secondhand. Pokemon Black 2, 8 out of 10. All right. This is the other game that had a caveat on as a game I've started, I never finished. And it's not because it's bad. It's because I'm just an adult with a child who doesn't have the most free time as a 21-year-old in college would have. I picked this up recently, probably, what was it? 3 or 4 years ago from a game store. It didn't have the manual. And I started it, right? I started it. I got to the first gym where you fight the 3 brothers, and I just couldn't beat. I spent 2 hours trying to grind and beat this gym. Got frustrated, gave up. Haven't played it since. It's something I need to pick back up. But like I said, I don't have a ton of spare time these days. With a 18-month-old baby. But it's something I plan to finish one day, so I can't actively give it a rating. So we're gonna skip the rating on that one because I technically have not played through. All right, guys. I believe let's see. I believe this one came after Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum. I don't know for sure, but I think it did. If not, it'll be okay. But next up, this is Pokemon Soul Silver. This is the game in college that I bought at the local used video game store that I bought. My friend bought Heart Gold. I bought Soul Silver, and we played these into the ground. I probably have 300 plus hours in this game, easily. 300 plus hours. We used to do something called type battles. We would put every single type of Pokemon in a hat. We would pull one out, and if I say I got electric, I had to build a team of all electric types, right? And then he had to build a team of all fire types if he got fire types, and then we wouldn't know what each other got, and then we would raise up our Pokemon, go to battle. And this is before they automatically put everyone's Pokemon at level 50, right? When you went to a Pokemon battle, you had to grind up to level 50 and get all of them to level 50, and then we would have our battle. And so we would keep track of who won the battles. So Soul Silver Not only because of that, but because it's just got so much to do, right? The post game is fun. You got a whole another region to explore. You get to go to Kanto. There's the battle with Red. This is, in my opinion, and it will be very hard to beat, the best Pokemon game that has ever been made. Pokemon Soul Silver and Pokemon Heart Gold. I know it's not really a hot take. A lot of people agree with that take. But it's just because it's true. And then my experience I had with it as well added to it. And I wish this is a game I had since release, but I can't say that. This is something I had to buy secondhand. But it's still really cool that it has everything that it came with originally. So, obviously, a 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 game for Pokemon Soul Silver. All right, next up, Pokemon Platinum. This is the first game I ever tried a Nuzlocke on. This is not an official case. I've been trying to buy a real case. This is a secondhand case. The game is 100% authentic, but the case is like it's not got the real artwork on it. This is a game I did a Nuzlocke with, and I guess you could say I technically didn't beat this game either because I lost the Nuzlocke. So, also a really good game. I think it's a great expansion on Diamond and Pearl, and for that, this gets a 9. This is a solid one as well. And we're getting close to the end here. We've got Pokemon Diamond. This is another game. We both bought 2 games when we went to that used game store, right? Soul Silver and Diamond is what I bought. And he got Platinum and Heart Gold. So we also played these as well alongside. So we would use the Pokemon that were in Diamond and try to get them over to Heart Gold, Soul Silver. Also to use like some unique Pokemon that maybe weren't in Soul Silver, Heart Gold. We would pull games from like Game Boy games. We were doing all sorts of crazy stuff. This one still has the poster in there. Really cool. Pokemon Diamond. Gen 4 is a really solid generation of Pokemon. Love this game when I played through it. Also, a 9 out of 10. All right, and we're getting down to our last game here. And it is a rough, beat-up copy that does not even work, unfortunately, of Pokemon Sapphire. I don't have anything older than this. All the stuff I had from when I was a kid, it's long gone. Long gone, unfortunately. But Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire and Emerald. Emerald is another 10 out of 10 game, right? It's probably the second best game that's ever been made. Emerald is really good. The post-game with the Battle Frontier is incredible. So these games will always be fun to me. Emerald is a very expensive loose game now. It's like 300 plus last time I checked. So I don't know. It's something I would like to play through again, but also I'm wondering if I would get that same feeling as when I played through Mega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire of just I played it so much that I just wouldn't enjoy it. But that is going to wrap it up for today's video, guys. I hope you did enjoy it. This is just a look at my video game collection. I'm going to start doing other other collection videos here. Shortly, I've got a Legos collection. I've got a anime figure collection. We'll do stuff like that as well in the future. But if you did enjoy it, smash that like rating down below. Don't forget to subscribe like I said before. Till next time, stay legendary.